It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We're live, large and in charge on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, as most of us know, that starting a business is tough, but building and growing that business into a global empire takes pure gutsiness. That's why CEO of McDonald's South Africa, Greg Solomon, is the man behind maintaining the South African franchise's success. With 250 restaurants in 9 provinces and over 11,500 employees and numerous CSI initiatives running for what will be 22 years on the 11th of November 2017. There's no one better to explain what building a successful business incorporates, like this man sitting right over here. Nominated Best Boss.
Well, no, too many compliments.
Too many compliments. How are you doing, Greg?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Very well.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So let's talk about that McDonald's effect and the fact that I think to a large extent McDonald's is a brand that is very well integrated into the South African society. And how have you managed to achieve and maintain the success of this global corporation in the South African context?
Well, I think many people would have said 22 years ago, you know, why aren't you bigger sooner? And I think that's lesson number one. We took our time. We came into this market. We knew that we were an American brand, but we knew that we wanted to be a South African brand very much so as well. So a very steady growth for our first 10 years. We only took it to about 100 restaurants, and then the next 10 years sort of we ramped it up. So a strong foundation, and that strong foundation comes with brand and also talent as well.
Yeah. And of course it also goes along with supporting the community that supports you, the people that come and support the businesses. So what CSI initiatives have you been running over the years and supporting South Africa at large?
Well, for us, children well-being is very, very important.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, it's all about the kids. And for many, many years, all our franchisees did their own programs.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really find one way to tell a story. So last year, we launched the Ronald McDonald House of Charities. And what's really unique about this, it sits at the Nelson Mandela's Children's Hospital. It's a sort of a hotel where we can bring families close to their children. You know, if you're not a doctor and you can't provide medical care, what we can do as McDonald's is we can provide hope, we can provide love, and we can provide family togetherness. And that's what our charity is all about at the moment.
Those little moments of togetherness, they are really, really precious. And when it comes to the concept, and not just that, but the concept and the execution of gender diversity, what is your stance on that, and how have you taken steps in order to create the space for women to have empowerment in your business?
Well, all diversity is important to McDonald's, and it's been there since the get-go, since we came into this country. And we only came into this country in 1996, you know, when everything was settled, and diversity was a roadmap for us to be able to do things. However, we're very proud of gender diversity. We're sitting in Women's Month at this present moment. Our journey started 10 years ago, and right now we're just crossing over 60% of all McDonald's employees are ladies.
Wow.
And they rule the roost in McDonald's. I'm very, very proud of them. One of the success stories is a lady by the name of Joanne de Wet. Started off in Cape Town as a manager trainee, and now she's the chief operating officer of McDonald's. And I can tell many, many stories about men and about women who have grown up in McDonald's over the last 21 years.
That is beautiful. I love that story. And looking at this picture as well,
that's her
the
too,
pride
yes,
in her face too. And I also want to focus a little bit on the transparency about your food in the business, and you know, whether this was a conscious decision, and why take that step to ensure that your customers know all about your food.
Well, at the end of the day, we're a food business, and we have to be proud of our food. Now, one thing about South African customers and consumers is they're very savvy and they're very clever, and we realize that we've got to give them choice, and we've got to give them understanding on what they're eating, more than anything. And we can talk about banting, we can talk about healthy foods, we can talk about a variety of different topics, but the South African consumer wants to know what they're eating. And so we launched this campaign called Know Your Food. Going into 2018, we'll ramp it up into even more transparent. And it goes beyond me as the CEO standing in front of you and saying to you and your listeners, come to McDonald's, it's good food. That's not authentic enough. This program goes into the detail of how we make French fries, how we source our beef, you know, where we're getting our shortening from, and what are the type of responsible initiatives that we have to do. But it's not from Greg's point of view. It's from our customers' point of view. It's from our suppliers, from our farmers. So now our customers can go into this digital platform and really find out where French fries really come from.
Yeah, I love that, man. And you know what I also love? that new double Big Mac that you've got. Have you even tried to smash one of those into your mouth just like once?
No, I can't. You smash it in one
Just
shot?
have you tried that?
No, I can't smash it.
I'm going to challenge you tonight.
Three or four bites, I can get half of it.
Tonight I'm going to challenge you to that.
No, that's really
But thanks so much for
Thank you,
joining
man.
us, Greg. Much
All right.
appreciated.
Cheers, man.
And I think if there's one thing that we're sure of is we are loving it. A huge congratulations in advance to Greg and his team at McDonald's South Africa and the global teams on what will be 22 years of celebration on the 11th of November 2017.